Welcome to Center Heights Productions. Please hit the likes and subscribe down below in the right hand corner. Muchly appreciate that. Thank you to my subscribers and followers of the channel. I appreciate your support from the bottom of my heart, big time. It means a lot to me. And please share it with your friends and family as we try to grow this channel. As we've been around a few years now. Um, so, we take great pride in what we do here. So right now we've been to reviews and stories, that come out that are factual on the Habs. And we take great pride in the fact that for our mission statement is we stay clear of the gossip because 99, there's an awful lot of programs, different shows out there on the internet that want to get into Gossipville, and we won't thrive off that. We don't find it to be um, a positive thing just to get views. I'd rather stick to factual information as it falls. And so I like it to be a clean um, program for you to watch. And so we'll give you information as facts fall. News on the Habs when something actually happens, not a bunch of malarkey that 90% of the time you're to draw people in there talking about 99% of the time, I should say. It never comes to fruition because it's a bunch of BS and it's just to draw you in. We won't, and we don't do that here. We do, however, ask you to leave your comments. Keep it positive and straight above board as we demand respect for every person that comes aboard, that they can say things as they wish to, freedom of speech. However, it has to be straight, respectfully said. All right, so let's get to it. And if you come across the channel, please don't leave without subscribing and hitting the likes. All right, let's get to it. Last night, Montreal was in Tampa. I thought for sure this was a loss. We just always have our hands full. Plus, we lost the two previous meetings, but Tampa just always seems to know how to play us. Cooper seems to, know how to coach against us. And we just never seem to be a match. Well, we got the shock of our lives last time. Just how in the zone the Habs are. They won this game 4-1. Quite impressive win. Wow, wow, wow. And we're going to get into the details after we give you the stats. This was quite an impressive game. First period, it was a 1-1 tie. Second period, Montreal added to it and went ahead. And then Montreal adds two empty netters in the third period. Total score 4-1. So don't let the game deceive you. It was closer than it was 2-1. Really a 2-1 game. Those two empty netters, yeah, they go on the board, but we know the real story of what the game actually was. If you watch it, what a great game, great display of character and play. Okay, so let's get to the scoring summary for you. 12-25, Slafkovsky, who was on fire in this game, power play goal. He gets a nice feed from Demidov and Caufield. Nice to see the Habs finally cashing in on the power play. And, the great thing about it, if we can keep our power play going, we can get it from a lot of different looks. It's no longer like last year, the previous year, where you were looking at either Lonnie or Caufield. So everybody expected it now. Just about everybody on the line can score, and they're falling into each other's places, rotating much better on the ice. All right, second goal though, 13:41. Gensel scores. No surprise. He's always a consistent player, assisted by Jurjanis, Sons, and McDonough. Of course, that name keeps coming up. That was at 13:41. They tied the game. Second period, though, what a play by Slafkovsky. Mike Matheson passes it up to him. Slafkovsky just flies down the left wing. What a feed through the crease. And there's no way Caufield, I have to agree with McGuire. Caufield could have had the butt end of his stick down just to tip it in, and he would have got it because it was that perfect of a pass. Slaf was on fire, on fire. What a connection. So, again, we have Caufield inching closer to his mark of 50 goals. Slafkovsky getting closer to his at 30, and the same thing with Suzuki getting closer to his scenario of 30 goals and to hit the 100-point plateau. So they're all closing in on it. So this was a gorgeous goal at 12:49. That was the winner, the game winner. What a great feed. What more can I say? This was a Slafkovsky show in the sense. The only one I would say that outshone Slafkovsky was Dobes. And but you got to have different looks. But Dobes has just been standing on his head for Montreal, unbelievably. At 17:54, we get a nice empty net goal by Mike Matheson, and at 18:54, Nick Suzuki, the captain, gets one. Great job by the Habs. Good team effort. Suzuki's been playing phenomenal. That first line, Caufield, what can you say? That first line has been incredible for the Habs. Can't say enough about it, but last night's Slaf really stood out. And I think Tampa had their hands full with Slaf when they said earlier in the season that this guy was something they were having a hard time containing. That just shows you when Slaf puts his mind to it and the effort in, he can be unstoppable. He still has a ways to go. So that's that. Let's get to the rest of the stats. We'll show you how phenomenal of a game this was again for Dobes. This guy's just on fire, playing really well. Okay, here we go. Shots were 37 to 23 in favor of Tampa. So Dobes stopped in 36 to 37 against Tampa Bay, and they had some quality chances. Wow. He just shut in the door every time, playing very smart. Even on the breakaway when he came out and cut it down, that was just a gorgeous play by him. Hits 23 to 21 for Montreal. Faceoffs won 33 to 28 for Montreal, and percentile of winning on the faceoff was 54.1 for Montreal, 45.9 for Tampa. Power play opportunities were 4 to 3 for Tampa. Power play goals 1-0 for Montreal in that department. Power play percentile 33.3 for the Habs, 0 for Tampa. Shorthanded goals 1 for the Habs. Total penalties was 16-15 in favor of the Habs. 32 minutes to 30 in favor of the Habs. Block shots, and I like seeing this again. Everybody's buying into it. 17-9 in favor of the Habs. Takeaways 4 apiece, and giveaways were really high for Tampa, and this one 17-9. That's how you want to see it in that department. Okay. So yeah, that was your game. What an outstanding game. Dobes was phenomenal closing the door. He's just rolling. I can't say enough. And we did get some teams in our conference finally take some losses like Columbus, Ottawa. So that gained us some space. However, Buffalo and Boston still winning. But this did close Montreal the gap on going to chase the hunt. Buffalo did happen to pass Tampa as the leaders, and so that's quite a difference there as well. But I mean, Tampa's only 2 points back. Montreal is now 2 points back at Tampa, so they're 4 points back at Buffalo. So there's still time to be on that where they can still catch. But however, we got one more game, I believe, next week against Tampa, and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, we can come up with the same effort and victory. We have New York Thursday. The Rangers, that should be an interesting game. Can't take them lightly. They've seemed to have had success against us as well. So Montreal's just going to have to keep winning. You have to. This is, I think there's 8 games left. You are going to have to keep winning for a bit. We're at 96. um, got to keep it rolling. The teams aren't these teams in this division and conference are really tightly knit. Pittsburgh won again last night. I think they were the ones that beat Ottawa. However, very tight grouping here, and we're going to have to make every game count. It's very going to be very crucial. Um, we finally found out why Enstrom was called up, and that's due to injury to. Oh my goodness! Why can I remember Carrier's injury? We didn't know he was injured, but we found out yesterday, so that's why he was up. He didn't play, but uh, Habs seemed to do all right defensively last night. Again, uh, uh, thank God Hudson is so effective offensively because he's still making those cough ups of trying to do a little too much offensively sometimes, and it leads for the odd man breakaway or against his club. He's going to have to clean that up. I'm sure they'll get it. I like the way Montreal's closing the gap much better and moving the puck very quickly up the ice. Their transition game's been great, clogging the neutral ice area as well, and just the transition is phenomenal. Good forecheck happening. They're playing like a team. The amount of block shots, this is great help, but Dobes has been phenomenal and outstanding. I can't even believe this. He should be the first start next week, too. He's just been incredible. Um, and the way they're playing much better, but they can't take New York lightly. They got Jersey after that. Jersey's another team we struggle with. Can't take those games lightly. We got to win them. We got to find a way to dig in, just like we did with Tampa. We don't normally beat Tampa. We're going to have to find ways to win against teams we don't normally win against. And so, way to go, Habs. Like I said again, for Dobish, Slafkovsky offensively was really stood out last night. When this guy hits a ceiling, it's going to be interesting to see this kid. What a distance he has come. Just incredible. And Caufield's still gone fire. Suzuki played an exceptional game. Just liked Suzuki with his coverage on Kucherov. So stuff like that. And they had opportunities, and they had high quality opportunities. Dobie shut the door. So good to see the Habs there finding ways to be effective and get the wins. Way to go, Habs. Keep it rolling. You've seen it here at Center Heights Productions where the puck drops first. We thank you for following, and we will catch you in the next review, which will be after tomorrow's game against New York Rangers. Take care. Only 8 games to go. This is